Attention! If you are over 50, there is something very important you need to hear. Right now, in the United States, tens of millions of adults are living with chronic kidney disease, and almost 9 out of 10 of them have no idea anything is wrong. The most frightening part is this: what is quietly overloading and damaging your kidneys may not be medication, may not be genetics, it may be sitting in your pantry right now, disguised as a healthy little snack you eat almost every day. In the next few minutes, I want to talk to you, as if you were sitting in my office, about the nuts and seeds that can slowly push your kidneys toward dialysis, and the ones that can actually help protect your kidneys, lower creatinine, and support healthy aging. The choices seem small, but over years they can decide whether your kidneys stay strong or quietly fail in the background. Before we begin, I'd love to know where you're watching from and what time it is where you are right now. Type it in the comments below. It helps me feel connected to you. And if you find this information helpful, hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell icon so you don't miss future videos made especially for older adults in America who want to stay healthy and independent. Let's start with a simple idea. Every time you reach for a handful of nuts, you are sending a message to your kidneys. That message can either be, "I'm helping you," or "I'm making your job harder." Your kidneys are your body's natural filters. They work 24 hours a day to remove waste products like urea and creatinine, balance electrolytes like potassium and phosphorus, and regulate blood pressure and fluid balance. The problem is that after the age of 50 or 60, kidney function naturally starts to decline. High blood pressure, diabetes, and years of salty, processed food can speed up that decline. On lab tests, this shows up as a rise in creatinine and a drop in your GFR, your glomerular filtration rate. Most people don't feel anything when this starts. There is no pain, no alarm, just quiet damage, and that's why the small habits matter. A little snack that is too high in phosphorus, potassium, toxins, oxalates, salt or sugar can push tired kidneys into overdrive, day after day, over years. This can mean faster scarring of the delicate filters called nephrons. But the good news is just as real. Some nuts and seeds can act almost like natural medicine. They provide antioxidants, healthy fats, anti-inflammatory compounds, and minerals that support blood flow, reduce oxidative stress, and ease the workload on the kidneys. So let's talk about both sides. The nuts that tend to protect aging kidneys, and the ones that people with elevated creatinine or early kidney disease should treat with extreme caution. First, let's talk about sunflower seeds, a simple snack almost everyone recognizes. When you see a field of yellow sunflowers in May, you probably don't think of kidney health. But hidden in those tiny seeds is a rich source of vitamin E, one of the strongest fat-soluble antioxidants we know. In older adults, kidneys are constantly attacked by free radicals, unstable molecules produced by metabolism, inflammation, and long-term medication use. Over time, these molecules damage the cell membranes of nephron cells, making filtration less efficient. Vitamin E helps neutralize those free radicals and protect the delicate kidney tissue from microscopic injury. Some clinical studies have shown that when older adults with mild kidney impairment increase their vitamin E intake from food, including sunflower seeds, they can see improvements in filtration markers and a reduction in protein leaking into the urine. Practically, how should a senior eat sunflower seeds? The key is moderation and preparation. A small amount, about 1 teaspoon of roasted, unsalted sunflower seeds per day, mixed into oatmeal or plain yogurt is often enough. Soaking the seeds in warm water for a few hours before roasting can reduce phytates, which interfere with mineral absorption. Roast them gently, without added salt or unhealthy oils. That small, consistent habit can provide antioxidant support without overloading the kidneys. The second nut I want you to pay attention to is the macadamia. Many people think of macadamia nuts as a luxury food, rich, creamy, and too fatty. But for aging kidneys, the type of fat matters more than the total fat. Macadamias are high in monounsaturated fats, including a rare fatty acid called omega-7. This type of fat has been shown to reduce inflammation and help repair cells in tissues that are under chronic stress. including the kidney tubules, in older adults, especially those with type 2 diabetes or prediabetes. High blood sugar injures the lining of tiny blood vessels and kidney tubules over many years. Omega-7 can help improve cell membrane flexibility, support blood flow through the filtering units of the kidney, and lower inflammatory signals that accelerate scarring. Another important point: compared with many other nuts, macadamias are relatively low in potassium and phosphorus. That means they provide energy and healthy fats without heavily loading the kidneys with electrolytes that are harder to excrete when kidney function is already reduced. A safe and beneficial amount for most older adults is around 5 to 7 plain, unsalted macadamia nuts per day. The best time is usually mid-morning or mid-afternoon, about 30 minutes after a meal, when your stomach is not empty and your kidneys are already in a steady filtration rhythm. Avoid heavily salted or flavored varieties, which can raise blood pressure and fluid retention. You can also roughly chop macadamias and sprinkle them over oatmeal or mix them into plain Greek yogurt. Store them in a sealed glass jar in the refrigerator, because the delicate fats can oxidize and turn rancid if left out in heat and light. Next, let's look at pecans. In parts of the southern United States, pecan trees are seen as symbols of strength and long life. Their real gift for your kidneys is magnesium. Magnesium helps relax blood vessels, regulate blood pressure, and improve circulation through the kidneys. When blood vessels in the kidneys are stiff and narrow, the nephrons have to work harder to filter blood, which can accelerate damage. Adequate magnesium helps ease that pressure. Magnesium also plays an important role in preventing kidney stones. It binds to excess calcium in the urine, helping stop the formation of sharp crystals that can scrape kidney tissue and block urinary flow. For older adults, especially those who have had kidney stones or have mildly reduced kidney function, a small daily portion of pecans can be helpful, perhaps a tablespoon of chopped, unsalted pecans added to breakfast. However, pecans, like most nuts, have natural oils that can oxidize. Rancid oils create peroxides and other compounds that are irritating and inflammatory to kidney tissue. The solution is simple. Store pecans in an airtight glass jar in the refrigerator. Some people place a few dry roasted coffee beans in the jar. They help absorb moisture and preserve aroma. Take out only the portion you plan to eat and let it sit at room temperature for a short time before eating so the texture softens. Now, after hearing about these protective nuts, you might be tempted to think, so all nuts are great for my kidneys, right? Unfortunately, no. Some nuts that are popular and often promoted as healthy can be risky for people with high creatinine, early kidney disease, or a history of kidney stones. Let's start with one of the most common, peanuts. Peanuts are everywhere, in snack mixes, peanut butter, bars, cookies, and sauces. Many older adults see them as an inexpensive source of protein. But peanuts can be contaminated with aflatoxin, a toxin produced by certain molds that grow in warm, humid storage conditions. Aflatoxin is well known for damaging the liver, but it also harms kidney cells, especially the delicate nephrons. In younger people with strong organs, small amounts may be handled without obvious signs, but in older adults whose kidneys already filter less efficiently, repeated exposure can cause chronic inflammation and scarring. Studies in seniors who regularly eat processed peanut products have shown higher levels of toxins in the blood and a higher risk of impaired kidney filtration. If you love the taste and crunch of peanuts, a safer swap is unsalted pistachios. Pistachios, in moderate amounts, provide protein and healthy fats while being lower risk for aflatoxin if sourced and stored properly. They are also rich in lutein and beta-carotene, antioxidants that support blood vessel health, including the tiny vessels in the kidneys. For most older adults, a portion of about 15 to 20 whole pistachios after lunch is reasonable. Choose lightly roasted, unsalted pistachios and avoid flavored versions packed with sugar or sodium. You can also chop them and mix into yogurt instead of reaching for peanut-based snacks. Another group of nuts that deserves caution in people with kidney concerns is almonds and cashews. This might surprise you, because almonds and cashews show up everywhere in healthy recipes. granola, energy bars, and trail mixes. The issue is their phosphorus and, in some cases, potassium content. In a healthy young person with normal kidney function, phosphorus from nuts is usually not a problem. But when kidney function is reduced, the kidneys cannot excrete phosphorus efficiently. Excess phosphorus builds up in the blood, pulls calcium out of the bones, and contributes to calcification in blood vessel walls, including those in the kidneys and heart. That is why kidney specialists often recommend limiting high-phosphorus foods in people with CKD. Just a single large handful of almonds or cashews can provide a big portion of the daily phosphorus limit recommended for patients with kidney disease. It is like asking an older car to tow a heavy trailer uphill every day. It might manage for a while, but the wear and tear will be faster. Cashews also pack a lot of calories into a small volume and contain enough potassium that, in larger amounts, they can be risky for people who already have high potassium levels. Irregular heart rhythms, or advanced kidney impairment. Does that mean you must avoid all tree nuts? Not necessarily. For many older adults with mild kidney issues, a better choice is walnuts. Walnuts contain significantly less phosphorus than almonds and cashews, and they are one of the richest plant sources of omega-3 fatty acids, especially alpha-linolenic acid. Omega-3s help reduce systemic inflammation, protect blood vessels, and support healthier filtration at the microscopic level. Walnuts also contain polyphenols and vitamin E-like compounds that help stabilize cell membranes. To make walnuts easier to digest and kinder on older teeth and gums, you can soak them in warm water for about 10 minutes. Then drain them before eating. This softens the texture and washes away some surface compounds. A reasonable amount is about 4 to 5 walnut halves per day, eaten after breakfast or as a mid-afternoon snack. As always, avoid any walnuts that taste bitter or show signs of mold. Those may contain toxins harmful to both the liver and the kidneys. Now we need to talk about seeds that are often marketed as very healthy but can be a problem for aging kidneys, especially for people who have had kidney stones. Pumpkin seeds are a good example. Many people believe that eating pumpkin seeds helps cleanse the body, lower cholesterol, and support the heart. All of that can be partly true for those with completely healthy kidneys. But pumpkin seeds are high in oxalates. Oxalates are natural compounds that, in people with normal kidney function and adequate fluid intake, are usually excreted without trouble. In people with reduced kidney function or a history of calcium oxalate stones, oxalates can combine with calcium to form sharp crystals. Over time, these crystals clump together into stones that can scrape and damage kidney tissue, cause intense pain, blood in the urine, and reduce filtration capacity. Large studies in people with a history of kidney stones have found that those who consume pumpkin seeds daily in significant amounts have a higher risk of stone recurrence compared with people who avoid them. For someone who has already suffered from kidney stones, that is a risk not worth taking. A much safer alternative, and one that actively supports kidney health, is flaxseed. Flax seeds are very low in oxalates but rich in plant-based omega-3 fats, lignans, and soluble fiber. The soluble fiber in flaxseed helps lower urea and creatinine levels by improving waste elimination through the gut, which takes some burden off the kidneys. The anti-inflammatory fats in flaxseed help calm chronic low-grade inflammation in kidney tubules. That means flaxseed can both reduce the waste the kidneys have to clear and protect the kidney tissue itself. There are two important rules with flaxseed. First, do not eat them whole. Whole flax seeds often pass through the digestive system undigested, so you lose most of the benefit. You should grind them into a fine powder using a coffee or spice grinder. Second, the ground seed must be stored properly. Put the powder into a sealed glass container. Keep it in the refrigerator, and use it within about 10 days because the healthy fats can oxidize over time. For most older adults, 1 to 2 teaspoons per day, about 10 to 15 grams, is enough. You can sprinkle ground flaxseed on oatmeal, mix it into plain yogurt, add it to a smoothie, or stir it into warm water before breakfast. Because the soluble fiber absorbs water, be sure to drink enough fluids during the day to avoid bloating or constipation. There is another popular seasonal food we should mention: chestnuts. Roasted chestnuts are a common treat in colder months and holiday seasons. They are soft, slightly sweet, and often considered gentle on the stomach. But what is gentle on digestion is not always gentle on the kidneys. Chestnuts are low in fat but very high in starch and complex carbohydrates. This combination can raise blood sugar quickly, especially when eaten in larger amounts. For older adults with diabetes, prediabetes, or insulin resistance, which is extremely common over age 60, these blood sugar spikes force the kidneys to work harder to maintain internal balance. On top of that, chestnuts also contain oxalates, increasing the risk of stone formation in people susceptible to calcium oxalate stones. For older adults with a history of kidney disease, high creatinine, or recurrent stones, avoiding chestnuts completely or limiting them to very small, occasional portions is often the safest choice. At this point you might be thinking, this is complicated, just tell me what is generally safer and what to be careful about. Let's put it in simple terms. For most older adults with mild kidney concerns, the nuts and seeds that often support kidney health, when eaten in small, plain portions, include sunflower seeds, macadamia nuts, pecans, walnuts, flax seeds, and, for many people, unsalted pistachios. They offer antioxidants, healthy fats, magnesium, and anti-inflammatory compounds without extreme loads of phosphorus, potassium, or oxalates. On the other hand, peanuts, especially heavily processed peanut products, large regular portions of almonds and cashews, pumpkin seeds, and chestnuts can be problematic for people with elevated creatinine, reduced GFR, a history of stones, or advanced CKD. That doesn't mean a single peanut or one almond will destroy your kidneys. But it does mean that daily habits over years matter. Every handful counts. To make this even more practical, imagine a typical day for a 65 or 70-year-old with borderline kidney function. Instead of grabbing a big bowl of salted mixed nuts in front of the TV at night, you might start your morning with a bowl of warm oatmeal topped with a teaspoon of ground flaxseed, a teaspoon of sunflower seeds, and 2 to 3 walnut halves. Mid-morning, you could enjoy 5 plain macadamia nuts with a slice of apple. After lunch, instead of peanut candy or sweetened peanut butter, you might eat 15 plain pistachios. And maybe once in a while, you add a tablespoon of chopped pecans to a salad. At the same time, you choose to avoid flavored peanuts, large handfuls of almonds or cashews, pumpkin seed snack packs, and roasted chestnuts if your kidneys are already under strain. Over one day, this may not seem like a big deal. Over months and years, it can mean less inflammation, fewer toxins for your kidneys to clear, slower progression of kidney disease, and lower risk of painful stones. There is a quiet but powerful truth here. Natural does not always mean safe for your kidneys. Nature has two faces. The same category of foods, nuts and seeds, can either help extend the life of your nephrons or quietly harm them if you choose the wrong kind in the wrong amount. Your kidneys do not complain until damage is advanced. They speak softly. A little swelling in the ankles, mild fatigue, slightly rising numbers on your blood tests. By the time symptoms are loud, the damage is often severe. That is why your daily decisions matter so much. Choosing kidney-friendly nuts is not about being perfect or never enjoying your favorite snack again. It is about tilting the balance in your favor. Even if you are in your 60s, 70s, or 80s, it is not too late to protect your kidneys. Small, consistent changes can slow down the decline in kidney function, help control blood pressure, reduce inflammation, and keep you independent longer. Of course, every person is different. If you already have moderate or advanced chronic kidney disease, if you are on dialysis, or if you have been told to limit potassium or phosphorus strictly, you must talk with your nephrologist or dietitian before making any changes to your diet or adding nuts and seeds. They can help you personalize what is safe and what is not for your stage of kidney function. But for many older adults with mild elevations in creatinine or a family history of kidney problems who are not yet on strict restrictions, the principles we discussed today can be a powerful first step. Favor sunflower seeds, macadamias, pecans, walnuts, flaxseed, and unsalted pistachios in small daily portions. And be very cautious with peanuts, almonds, cashews, pumpkin seeds, and chestnuts, especially if your kidneys are already working harder than they should. Remember, your kidneys are working quietly for you every minute of every day. They never get a holiday. Let your food become a way of saying thank you to them. Every nut you choose, every snack you change, is like casting a vote for the health of your future self, the you 5, 10, or 15 years from now who still wants to walk, travel, hug grandchildren, and live independently. Awareness and wise choices are your strongest protection. If this message has resonated with you, let me know by clicking the like button, sharing this video with someone you care about, or simply typing, "I choose healthy kidneys," in the comments. And if you would like to keep learning how to protect your heart, brain, kidneys, and overall health in your golden years, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Week after week, I'll be right here with you, helping you make sense of the science and turn it into simple, loving choices for your body. Your kidneys have taken care of you for decades. Now it's time to take care of them.